Welcome to the NYC Sports Podcast Show. I'm your host, Coach Uncle Milt. What's up, Joe? Everything good? Yo, listen, we coming up to our 86th episode, and I want to 87. I'm going back 87 episode. I want to take time out to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. That's tomorrow. Ain't gonna be a Thanksgiving for me because I did my monthly weigh-in and I'm already having my Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm on this weight loss type of thing. Has been up and down for me, and I've been hanging in there. But I thought I was gonna have a nice day tomorrow, and eat. But I kind of was surprised when I went to my monthly, weigh-in, and they said you had your Thanksgiving. So now I gotta eat a carrot, a celery stick, and some Ensure. That's what I gotta do, and that's what it is. Yeah, we here to talk about the big Tri-State Championship week. The big Tri-State Championship week, and was really, really good. All the games, we got all the games here. We're going to get into it a little later on. But the main game that they set at the end, and it was the end game, and it worked out to be what it is, the best game of the day. And it took an overtime to relinquish a winner. And, it's just a thing like this. Somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. And it was the Dark Knight against the Brooklyn Saints at the 10U division. And it was what we said it was going to be, a defensive battle. And it seems like these two teams hardly can drum up enough offense to really make a statement. But it was a defensive battle. I said we got Dark Knight Coach Will. He's in the room. How you doing, Will?
Yo, what's happening, Uncle Milt? What's going on, brother?
We waiting for Coach Angel. He's supposed to be coming in momentarily. I want to take time out, to congratulate you two coaches, man. That y'all had a battle all year. You wanted to play each other. You didn't really run and nothing. It was like, we want the best, and the game turned out to be what it is. So how you feeling today, Coach?
I'm feeling great, man. I feel good to be a champ, man.
Yeah, of course, man. How the kids feel?
The kids are great, man. They're excited. I gave them this week off, in preparation for going to nationals, and we're gonna do the 302 this weekend. But I gave them the week off, man. They're excited and they happy, man.
Oh, so you're gonna go to 302 this weekend, and then you're gonna go down to national the next week. UFL.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Wow, man. It was like I wanted to ask you because really this is for both of you coaches. When he decided to come in, I see he got the hardware. The big trophies are beautiful. The rings are beautiful. And he earned it. And what do you wanted to do different in this game that just didn't get off? It didn't work.
The first thing is the weather.
The weather was that's why I couldn't come. Weather was crazy.
For these kids to play ball in the Northeast region in that weather, man, hats off to both teams, man. Because Coach Angel team didn't fray. They didn't let the weather got to them the same way it got to us. I mean, he had a couple kids go out. I had a couple kids go out.
Yeah.
I tried my best not to look at the sideline. I think I barely turned around my whole game, man. Every time I turned around, it was a kid under the covers with his mom. I'm like, oh God, So it was tough, man.
You don't want to see that.
You don't want to see that, man. You don't want to see that. So
that's
like
part
I said,
of
it was a battle,
though. Well, I mean, like your team, man, is so defensively committed to tackling, getting to the ball, to tackle, and to do that under those extreme elements, man, it's freaking amazing. for a
So Uncle Mill,
10-year-old to be that disciplined?
we don't tackle in practice.
Mm-hmm.
So we usually like we practice 3 times a week. So we go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday is typically our big time conditioning. Like if a kid skip practice on Tuesday, he knows I'm gonna be upset because we'll do a little hitting like that. We call it love session. I call it love session. We'll get a little love session on Tuesday. But a lot of cardio, a lot of running, man, because we want to run things tempo. We want to run. We want to be the fastest on defense. We want to be the best on offense. So we do nothing but tempo, nothing but cardio on Tuesday, and a little bit of we call loving. So by the time the kids come to the game, they're all hungry. So they're all like, they know if you don't run to the ball, one, I'm subbing you out. I don't care if you, from my son all the way down, you know, you don't run. If it's not 11 men to the ball, you're getting taken out. So they all want to get to the ball. And, you know, we got a couple of new linemen that we added to the mix this year, which I think is going to put us over the top. But those linemen don't give up tackles. So I got my skills that made all the tackles last year, all the tackles at 8U that aren't getting the same tackles now, man. So those kids are hungry. So they're literally just flying around trying to get a hit before the lineman can get to it.
Yeah, man. I seen them fly to the ball, man. And it's not a lot of misses. And if it's contact and he didn't get it, the guy, you know, the next kid is right there. Bam. I'm like, oh, this is amazing, man.
Yeah.
This is amazing how disciplined and how committed they get into the ball, man. And that really, you know, that really plays in a game like last week, like this weekend past, because you know you it's hard to create offense out of that. You know, I've asked Angel when we was at South Shore, I asked him, what do you do to create offense out of that? Because it's just how they get after the ball. It's like, it's amazing. I just, you know,
you got it. You don't, man. You got to match athletes, man. You got to match athletes, you know. And I took my defense from it's the crazy. Me and my coach Jamie, who's my defensive coordinator, we ran our defense, man. But I took some notes from Lambeau, man, and I learned from watching that Rare Breed. Like when we played Rare Breed, I watched about 20 clips of Lambeau, 20 different games of their defense, and I said, you know what? I think I have just as good as athletes as they have. Up front, they're a little bit better. And bigger and stronger, but I think my athletes match with any athletes around the country. So I'm like, if I can get my D linemen to control the line of scrimmage, and I bring this amount of athletes on every play, you know, for me, it's numbers. If you're a running team, I'm putting 8 in the box. You got to beat me passing. If you're a passing team, I'll leave 5 or 6 in the box, and you work your magic. You know what I mean? And we're gonna stop it. But I took some stuff from Lambeau, man, and watched a ton of their film. And I just nibbled off bits and pieces of what they did and incorporated it into what we wanted to
do. The amazing thing that I like to point out is that kids, when the offense is not, the offense is not happening, kids seems to give up on defense. And to keep the kids focused, even with the Saints, they struggles on offense, they still stuck with it.
Yeah.
To keep that, this is the thing. This is what I like about, you know. I'm waiting for Coach Angel. I don't know where he at, but I wanted to ask him a couple of questions on how he kept that, how he could, you know, because them kids, when the offense ain't clicking, and you know, you start missing tackles, you start getting away. Like, no, we gonna stay with this fight.
You hit a major point, and to be honest with you, a lot of times it's the same kids that's on offense. And that was one of my huddles. That was one of my breakdowns in the huddle. You know, and I got emotional, and I started yelling at them. I said, "Look, man, we the same kids on defense. So if we beat them up on defense, how about we go into the second half? We go into the second half and we do the same thing on offense. Let's run the ball. You know, in the second half we came out, we were able to run the ball a lot more. Like our O-line got confidence. I'm like, you the same guys on defense that's beating up their offense. So why can't you go and they're going to try to beat you up the same way when they get on defense, they want to beat you up. Why can't it be flipped? You know what I mean? So you're the same kids. You know, that shouldn't change.
So what was the game? What was the plan after everything was even into the regulation and going to overtime? What was the play that made it happen?
Well, we held it, right? So the play, I call him the unsung hero. He's the unsung hero on our team, man. He does a lot of the dirty work. He doesn't get the fame that he used to get. And the unsung hero is Knuckles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Knuckles can still run the ball, right? And he doesn't get as much carries and the ball as much. He's not playing as much as he was prior. It's not the same Knuckles from 8U, you know what I mean? That just dominated. But the kid, when he gets hungry, he can run the ball. And that was big for us. Going into the second half, he wasn't there the first half. He was freezing. We had to take him to the car, warm him up. And he came out at halftime and he was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
And he started like he was there, but he got good. He started warming up on the sideline. I said, yo, Knuckles is good. But we started moving the ball, so we didn't need him. So when we went into that overtime, first thing I said was, and the kids even said it, Coach, we need to run 31, 32. We've been hitting them with the dive. Our kids was like, Coach, we need to run the fullback. I said, Knuckles, let's go. Knuckles said, what?
Yeah, because I interview your offensive coach at Orange
East Orange. Yep.
East Orange, and we had the interview, and I was like, well, what is the plan? He said, he said, I'm gonna try to do what I got to do.
Yeah.
Well, we welcome Coach Angel from the Brooklyn Saints 10U division. I was telling Coach Will earlier, Coach, that listen, man, y'all gave us a wonderful season, and then y'all gave us a good championship game. Unfortunately, somebody had to lose, and that's just the thing about it in life. But like, I wanted to ask you, because we talked about it when we was in South Shore about the offense. How difficult was to execute your offensive plan this game?
It was the plan. The plan was to come out, show a new look. Will was a great coach. He came out and saw what we had the week before. It hurt me. Our backup quarterback got hurt the first drive of the game. So we had to change up a lot during the game. So our game plan definitely shifted a little bit. But our game plan was according to the weather. I wasn't trying to pass a lot. We wasn't trying to be fancy. We were just trying to keep the run game, and just try our best to move the ball.
So the loss of your quarterback stopped the offensive plan a little bit?
Yeah.
A little bit.
And sorry to interrupt, Uncle Mill. I would say it did too, because I came to the South Shore game and I watched it and I saw the new stuff. Like I told Coach Angel, and I said, yo, number 0 is going to be a problem for us. Like, we can't go flying around and he get in the open field. So when he got out of the game, that changed my defensive mindset. Me and my D coordinator was like, yo, sit in the house. We bring it go. It changed it. It changed what we had guys sitting back trying to like spy and make sure we had everything covered on the back. That way he wouldn't get a bootleg or anything off and get an open field one-on-one. We know one-on-one with him and like 13, those kids one-on-one are a problem to tackle. So we were just like, all right. But when he got out of the game, it was like, whoa, hey, bring it. Let's go.
Wow. So how Coach Angel, how you kept them together that it didn't get out of hand? You still was there in regulation.
Because I still have my starting quarterback. You get me? The other quarterback just brings a different energy to the offense.
Oh, you got 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, I got 2 quarterbacks. So Will do as well. So he know what I'm trying to get to. So I still stayed in the game with my starting quarterback. It wasn't like we was all the way off. But the 2 different styles of quarterbacks, it helps the offense a lot because the defense have to stay honest. So get one look, just like Will said, he played against Trey over four times now. So he know how to play against him. Playing against a new quarterback, he would have to adjust during the game, and that's what we was looking for. But he got hurt first drive.
So that was the difference that you told me last week, was that you was going to change the quarterback and do something different.
That we would just give a new look. Just give a new.
Okay.
It was a new look, man. That made me prepare all week for that, coaching wise. You figure, you know, you lose 20, 30 minutes trying to prepare for a different quarterback. You know, we like he said, we know Trey. You know what I mean? We know what Trey capable of. We know we can't give Trey time to throw the ball. He's going to get the ball off. He's going to be a good ball if he get it off. You know what I mean? And I bring my taller. So with Trey, I bring my taller defensive lineman in. So that makes it a little bit harder for him to – I try to bring my taller, more athletic defensive lineman in because it makes it a little bit harder for him to get that ball off and see over it. But the other quarterback, I'm like, yo, this kid's an athlete. Like, if he don't get the first look, he rolling. He out. He like – and he going to throw it on the run. You know what I mean? So, and he's fast. And I'm like, we got to be able to box him in, but also be able to cover for the scramble.
Wow.
You know, but and when he was going, that was we were like, all right, we were back to being comfortable on the defensive side.
And I know, Angel, man. You know, this thing may hurt a little bit, but this is gonna make you better. This is gonna make you much better, more hungrier. You know what I'm saying? And to lose.
I feel like taking that loss, it definitely put me in the mindset. It's kill Will now. This is just that's just the plan. Them earlier games didn't really bother me as much. I didn't really, to be honest, I came into the Super Bowl comfortable, and that was my issue. I knew that the defensive scheme and what we was running, they was gonna have a long day on offense. I wasn't really worried about it. I was just praying that my offense came through. That was it. To be honest,
did the weather play a factor in it?
Did the weather? Like I told you, my game plan was according to the weather. So I wasn't doing anything that the weather was gonna affect.
Yeah, the weather killed us.
Yeah, I wasn't doing anything that the weather was going to affect. It was just that my backup quarterback getting hurt. That was it. That was the whole game plan changes, and then we just got to keep it simple because Trey definitely have an arm, but during that weather, everything's effective. You get me? Makai, my backup quarterback is more mobile, so I know if anything break down, he's going to take off. He's not wasting no time. He's gonna take off, and that's the type of quarterback that you need against that Dark Knight defense.
All right, so what's up next, Angel? You going to nationals?
We are going to nationals. We qualified for D2 since we lost the championship. Last year, I went with a less talented team, and we competed in the D1 bracket. We only gave up no more than 20 points in the whole tournament. So I'm real comfortable, and they sending me to D2 nationals. Hopefully, I come back with it.
All right. Last year, you. How far did you get last year? How far you got?
Now once you lose the first game up there, you out of the race.
Yeah. You. Yeah. Did you lose the first game? You lose the
first game by.
You lost the first game. Yeah.
First game by a touchdown. That's just how the tournament is. Once you lose the first game, you just playing the play after that. I won the second game in overtime. Yeah. But those games after that first game
after the first you gotta win the first game, 2 or 3 out the gate, man.
That first game is vacation.
Yeah, everything else is, Will, this is your first year going in UYFL?
Nah, this is the second year.
The second year? Last year you played in what division?
We was D1 last year, man.
Bracket. We was both on 2 different sides.
Oh, okay. All right. So how you do last year? I gotta look it up.
We went 1-2 last year, man. We lost a tough one, man. Last year was an eye opener for us. My kids was on vacation when we got down there. It was all about the pool, all about the brotherhood of swimming and playing games, and we check in for that first game. You know what I mean? It was a wake up call. We went. I want to say we went about 5 games in league play. The last 5 games we scored the opening kickoff return, taking it to the house. So we went down there. We was in a tough bracket. We had the North Carolina bracket. So we had North Carolina Giants, we had McCadenville Dolphins, and then we had the North Carolina Hornets. So we went down there, first game. We didn't take the opening kickoff back. My kids started crying. That's when I was like, yo, like we in trouble. You know what I mean? Like they was like, full vacation mode. We lost that game. We won the second game, which was crazy because that was the better team. The McAdenville Dolphins beat both the Hornets and the Giants in the North Carolina UYFL championships.
Wow.
And we spanked the Dolphins. So, but the second game, the kids came, they was ready. We didn't do no pool, no nothing. I became a drill sergeant, and we came out, kicked they behind.
It's got to be, and in Florida, you don't want them too relaxed. It's a business trip. Yo, this is a business trip. You know, and you know, we gonna have time to relax and have fun, but we're not losing our minds because we in the pool and it's hot and everything, and you know, and pizza. No, this is a business trip. We come down here, you know, to go to the next level nationally.
This year's Nationals a bust for us this year, so they already know the mindset this year. We on straight business.
Yeah, okay. You got that defense though, man.
What it is, Milt, I feel that the competition leading up to Florida plays a big part.
Big time.
Not to downplay the leagues in New York, but we are favorite in New York, so we don't have really a lot of talent to play against. So when you win out here, and then you go out there and somebody punch you in your face, the kids don't know how to react to it because they so used to just blowing everybody out.
This big tri-state is trying to change that, and I like the way the direction they're going into. There's a lot of teams that's staying on the outside need to get with this party and start with all this other nonsense. You know what I'm saying? You got to play where the competition's at, or you just got a program collecting money from the parents.
Well,
you don't challenge the kids and say, "Yo, listen."
I wish I could get games like me and Angel back all week, all year, bro.
It should be. You know,
I'm gonna speak on what you said, right? You might not agree with me, but I was in both parties as a coach. The Under the Lights 9U bracket last year was more competitive than the BTS 10U bracket this year.
No comment.
You won't agree.
I can't.
I was
comment.
I can't.
I can't comment on that other thing you just said. I don't talk about them no more.
I'm telling you. I'm just being honest.
I don't say anything because I don't.
It was more
anything
competitive.
Listen, I wish them well
as a whole.
I wish them well, but I don't say anything about them anymore. Nothing.
I could speak on it.
I understand. I hear what you said, but I got no comment on that.
As I'm talking about as a whole.
Yeah.
If I feel as if BTS, if we was playing all in one bracket instead of dividing the Jersey and New York, it would be more competitive.
You know the thing with me,
it would be more competitive.
You know the thing with me, Angel, I separate the leagues from the teams. The leagues is a service company. So if I say something about the league, it has nothing to do with the team. You're a service company. You service organizations by getting them games and things like that. And if you can't get the competition, if you can't get the competitiveness up, it's not about the teams. It's just that maybe you're in the wrong business. That's what I'm saying. Right? I look at it like a pizza shop. I look at it like a restaurant. You know, they got in New York, they got the A, B, C, D. You know what I'm saying? So if Big Tri-State is an A, right? And the other one is a C, where you gonna go? You are a service company. You have a team, and you're gonna go patronize a restaurant. You're not gonna go into the C. Some people is happy to go into the C. Let me go into the C and then complain about this and complain about, yo, this don't taste right. This don't, why we don't have, and I'm saying like, okay, man, you need to go where the A's at.
It's like going to the steakhouse and order some chicken.
Yeah, that's the deal, you know. But if you say this to certain people here and with this league business, they think you're talking about them personally. You think they talking about their brand personally. It's not that. I look at leagues different than I look at organizations. Organizations with the teams and the divisions, they can go anywhere they want to go. And I do separate them. I don't keep them all the same. Like, yo, listen, because you got this league and you part of that organization, you're all together. I separate you. This what they don't understand my criticism, because I separate you. And even though I do, it's supposed to be totally independent, but I don't, but right now, I just don't. But he may have a point, and Coach Ingram may have a point. You know what I'm saying? But it's not advocating on what Big Tri-State is trying to do is expand, is to trying to get teams so the product can look better. It can be more competitive. You know what I'm saying? Last year, the Chief four chips, and that was great. And it was a lot of competitive football. This year, Dark Knight, the queen of the lower divisions, Kia, she got 3 chips. So it's nice.
Chiefs non-U division went last year, went undefeated and lost. They lost in I think the semis.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even make the playoffs in BTS on the 10U bracket.
Mm.
They did the playoffs on under the lights in the 10U bracket.
But the thing is this, I
tell you that 10U bracket is tough on the other side.
Yeah, but you can choose. You can choose any league. The deal is this: if you
I'm talking about the 10U bracket. I'm a 10U coach. Yeah, I'm not the whole.
But this let's talk about Big Tri-State 10U bracket, right?
At the whole, UTL 10U bracket was tougher than BTS 10U bracket.
I don't know. I have no comment about that. But I'm saying that look at the 10U.
I don't know. As a whole, it might work. But I think the top 3. You take the top 3. Our top 3 are Washington.
Oh no! Our top 3. That's why I said as a whole.
Yeah.
As a whole, the competitiveness as 5 teams.
You talking about New York, or you talking about the whole thing?
Talking about New York.
New York. Yeah, New York is Angel. It's not a lot of teams.
There's a lot of teams in New York. What you mean? It's not a lot. It is a lot.
It's not a lot of teams. Good, man.
It is a lot of teams in New York. How you saying there's not a lot of teams in New York?
It's not a lot of teams that's good, I'm saying.
It's not a lot of
that's good. It's
quantity, but not a lot of quality.
Yeah, it's a lot of quantity, but the quality is not, Listen, man, it's what it is, man. If you look at the results, right? If you look at the results.
One bracket. I'm talking for one division.
I definitely think BTS should look into moving into like a 1 through 10, 1 through 8 bracket for playoff style, man. I didn't care too much this year for the New York versus New Jersey side. I thought 1 through 8, like NBA style, like NFL style, bracket it down. Because like there's no comp, man. I mean, like it's
that would have been way more competitive.
I think it would be competitive that way.
I think it could be.
I'm super excited. This has really been a really transparent record.
The 10U Brooklyn Saints team, right? The 10U Brooklyn Saints team, when they first started out, right? When they first started out, they wanted to play. They wanted to go to D2. Am I saying right or wrong? They wanted to go to D2. The Brooklyn Saints, right?
The Brooklyn Saints organization wanted to go D2, yes.
They wanted to go to D2, right? But they had a powerhouse 10U. So they like, come on. All right, let's all go D1. And they didn't do bad this year.
We had 3 teams
bad this year. They decent.
3 teams in the semis.
Huh?
We had 3 teams in the semis and
one. They didn't do bad this year, but I'm saying you got to challenge. You have to challenge your team. It's the individual decision to go now. So if you saying, this and and making excuses and all this other stuff, I'm like, come on. So the order for one, to me, it's not.
You can't respect as a president though.
Mm-hmm.
Phil, as a president, if you feel that your org is not ready, you can't be mad at that. He got to protect his brand at the end of the day.
Now, how long are you going to do that?
Not an ego. So
how long are you going to do that?
If I know that I don't have steakhouse money, I'm not going into a steakhouse.
Some people tell me that. I mean, so what are you doing now? What are you doing?
If I don't have steakhouse money, I'm not going to a steakhouse.
Listen, what do you
if
do?
I know that my organization is not on a competitive level to go compete, why tarnish my brand?
What do you do? What do you do? You stay subpar for a long time?
Nah, you build. You build.
People been building. Angel, people been building too long right now.
I think you build, and then if you find yourself dominating Division 2, then you know it's time to move up.
Yeah. They get stuck in D2 and they dominate everybody in D2 and they don't move.
Oh, see, that's different. That's different.
They don't move.
That's different, though.
There's some teams that does it.
If
they dominate in D2, D3, and they stay down there and they make excuses not to come up.
But the Saints didn't do that, though.
Now I'm with building. I'm with building. It's a couple of teams that I'm gonna say later on in another show that it's time for them to they've been down in the basement in D2. It's time to come up. Come on. It's time to come up. I'm gonna address those teams. And then it's and then people approach me with that. Like, honestly, Mill, I'm worried about my brand, my customers, my parents, and I'm like, you a football program, bro. You winning and losing.
You can't consideration, Mill. As a president, you got to take that into consideration.
Yeah, but you don't promise winnings. It's in your code of conduct, and when you give your prices to your parent, it doesn't say wins or losses. I teach this kid football. That's it.
No, that was back in the days. I'm
talking about now. I mean, how did that change?
That was probably when you was coaching. We in a whole new world order, bro.
When did that change?
You ain't keeping them kids, bro. I promise you this. This is not back in the days, bro. This is a whole new.
So you saying if you lose, you're gonna lose your whole team.
Listen to me. The Renegades, that 11U team now that the Chiefs have, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They took a whole team. They took a whole roster.
Mm-hmm.
They took the Renegades whole 10U from last year.
Mm-hmm.
How do you take a whole team? And that was a competitive non-U team the year before that. Once you start losing,
the parents left.
This is a whole new world order. Back in the days when you was coaching, there wasn't a lot of internet. It's a lot of bragging. The kids brag to each other. Nobody want to be on a team that you losing.
So ain't you saying there's some type of crowd chasing on winners?
It is. What are you talking about? This is what, bro. You saying wow? This is just what it is. It's not. This is.
Yo, it's microwave, right? Everybody want to win, and they want to win fast, right?
Yes.
The bonus is when you win and you actually have good coaching staff, right? Yeah. That's the bonus. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't have a great staff.
But
you know what I mean? But the bonus is winning and having a great staff.
Shit crazy. We picked up the kid. We picked up the kid because a team didn't get new uniforms in 2 years.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Your guys are
because he didn't get a new uniform.
Your guys are good coaches, right?
I'm trying to tell you.
Your guys are good coaches. They know how to build a team, right? You know how to build a team. Right?
Well, wake up, Milt.
Yeah, but I'm saying, guys, no one can guarantee wins or losses. No one.
I can guarantee wins.
I
can guarantee wins.
You could tell a parent, like, bring your kid here and you're going to win?
Yep.
Yeah. You talking about? Why not?
You want to
Why not?
Hey, look. Hey, Milton, my motto was this year when I left Knights Elite was get down and lay down. Get down and lay down, bro.
Well, Coach, it's a lot of work behind that, man.
Oh,
it's a lot of work.
But hey, look,
some parents get lost in that conversation.
As a coach that's willing to put that work in, as a coach that's willing to put that work in, could say that.
Right. Well, and that's what I say, Milt. A lot of people get pissed off at me because they're like, "Oh, you arrogant." No, man, I put the work in, bro.
Yeah.
I put the pride in, bro.
There's no way in me building. There's no way I could tell a parent, look in their face, yo, we gonna win here, guaranteed.
Not a building thing.
Hey, Milt, you want to know how crazy it is, right?
Look at the first you said.
So Milt, I drove to Angels game, the conference game.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to beat Hempstead by 50.
Yeah.
I drove there, spent $50, $60 on just tolls and gas.
Yeah, we know that already.
But I drove there just because I'm like, he might try something new. I was ready to leave at the halftime, at the first quarter. But it was still just like, yo, it's certain stuff you just can't. A bad coach wouldn't have drove there. A bad coach would have sold up to the Super Bowl and would have been like, oh, snap, Angels running a whole different offense. And now you're down 14-0, 7-0.
Yeah.
Bro, I drove all the way down to Chester to watch Sharon Hills play. Why did I do that? Because this was 2 weeks ago in their championship. Because I'm playing 302 and they're one of the best teams that was listed in 302. Why would I do that 2 weeks ago? Go drive to see Sharon Hills. I was ready to leave at the end of the first quarter, how bad they was doing the team, but I saw what I needed to see. But as a coach, that is just, you can't, that effort and that time, it just can't be measured. I mean,
that's what brings the arrogance too.
Yeah, that's what makes me who I am, bro. I know I'm confident when I'm about to put out there on the field. But confident, I know your game plan.
Well, you got to agree though. No, you got to agree. You prepared those kids to be athletes. How many coaches are putting that time in? Like you said, I put that time in on preparations. I put that time in getting a cardio up and running.
Hey, Bill, you see that energy. You see this sweater, right?
Yeah.
It's 12 P's. Piss poor preparation promotes piss poor performance. Piss poor performance promotes pain.
Yeah.
12 P's, man. Always prepared.
When you got cooperation from and everybody don't have the resources you guys got, for real. If you got the cooperation, I agree with the confidence. But some people don't got that.
I gotta stop you. What resources do you mean?
Well, I mean, some of the problem is, the coaching ability, right? The time, let me say this right for nobody to be calling me up. Listen, the preparation is not as serious. The deal is this: when you decide you're going to coach, right? And you say, I'm going to coach this youth team, already you got to set aside time to do it in a proper way. Right? If you cheating the time and you cheating the preparation and you're not being honest about what you see and what you need to fix, and what you need to take care of before, the work before you perform, then it's going to be a problem. Some people feel like they want to pull up, I want to get this kid from over here and get this kid from over here and put it together, huh?
No, you shouldn't be coaching, bro. You know this one thing, I'll talk trash, but I never talk trash about Angels coaching. Because I know Angels taking the time and the preparation to make sure game plan that he's good to go. So my trash talking to Angel will be about a game, but it's never about his coaching. There's certain dudes I talk about their coaching because I know they're not putting forth the effort. That Saturday night before the game, they out getting drunk, they out doing their thing. They not putting forth the effort to be ready to rock out and be ready to get in front of those kids.
I broke down that dog offer so to the teeth.
It's in some circles, right? In some circles, I do admire. I call him the young lion, man, because I do admire his confidence. And in some circles, they say, "Yo, why you talk Angel?" I'm saying, "Listen, man, he's a young coach, and he's working, and he's putting it together, and he looks good, and he's putting the work in." Some people would say criticize because he didn't do this. He's learning.
Bro, he's doing his thing, bro. I know.
Learning. I know. And I see the progress and I see the growth. So I don't really, you a youth coach and he had a phenomenal youth career and he's bringing it over to the coaching. And then, once he gets the experience and like games like this, he's going to be more sharper.
Bro, I admire him, right? Because when I was his age, bro, I was still chasing my career, still chasing football. Still just out there having a good time. You know what I mean? So I admire what he's doing at his age because I was selfish at that age. You wouldn't find me coaching no kids, man. I ain't got time for no kids. I ain't got time for y'all. You know what I mean? Like, I was doing my thing. You know what I mean? I ain't had no time. So I admire that, bro, because it takes a lot of effort and time to coach these 9, 10, 11-year-old kids, man.
Youth born needs this. They need to get more younger. That's the problem. Is that they need to get more younger, and the young coaches need to listen and learn. Listen and learn. Go to clinics and get better. You know what I'm saying? It's not about I gotta steal this guy's running back or this guy's quarterback, and then I got a team. No, you don't. No, you don't. Getting the, like Will and Angel, getting them kids to tackle when it's freezing outside. When they ain't, you know how hard it is to get the kids to swarm to the ball when the offense ain't hitting?
I got about 3 kids, bro. Just hit me today. Toes still swollen. I had one kid go to the ER this morning. His feet still swollen, man.
This is why they don't see. I'm looking at it. Go, nah, you overblowing it up. Shut up. Come on, man. I coach the same kids. When you lose it and it ain't no scoring, you see, you don't see they still working. They still doing their thing. I gotta go, man. I ain't want to keep your guys this long, but I got another guest, man. I'm kind of late. But Joe, man, listen, man, he got the hardware there.
It will.
You know it's gonna be a competitive 11U division next year with these two teams. They be back and to do it again. And I just want to show my love to them. My standings out to the show, from the show, that your guys played a really competitive game, man, and we and enjoyed it. And this is what the sport needs. This type of good coaching, and with the kids doing it the right way. Fundamentals is first, you know what I'm saying, and making it happen like that, man. Thank you guys, man.
And forget next year.
I'm gonna talk to you about nationals, because I'm doing something remote. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about nationals. All right, yo, Joe, take us to the break, man.
All right, fellas.
At our car wash, we offer a full line of hand wash and detail services, along with a huge selection of air fresheners in our store. When greeted by our helpful staff, feel free to ask them any questions and inquire about our different wash packages. Our hand wash experience is unmatched. First with our prep process, and then by hand washing the car twice while in the tunnel. For additional shine and brilliance, you have such add-ons as Simonized Hot Wax and Rain-X Water Repellent. Whether you're a longtime hand wash customer or new to hand washing, we offer the best customer experience and top-notch service for you and your vehicle. Ask about our monthly unlimited plans, saving you both time and money. We can't wait to see you next time.
This 2 weeks will be 3 years.
Yes, congratulations.
You live? All right. NYCU Sports Podcast Show. I'm here talking to my guest, man. My second guest for the night is Eric Barnett. He's the head coach of Campus Magnum, right? Used to be Andrew Jackson.
Yes.
I never got this name. Campus Magnet. Sorry, guys. Campus Magnet. And they out of St. Albans, Queens. And he's the head football coach. He also created the page Go Hard or Go Home. That's a Facebook page. Everybody join that page. It's very interesting on the people that he has on him, far as the sports, the old sports guys and that played ball back in the day, and he got some new kids on it that he talks about also, and he's also dabbling a little bit of youth events. You do a couple of youth events and stuff like that. So we glad to have him here, and he also. I learned that he was a coach for the Springfield Rifles. So we're gonna get into that a little bit. So how you doing, Coach?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
All right, fine. Can you give us like a little background about you and how you started it and and got to this plateau that you on?
How you doing, bro? I get to this plateau.
I see. I hope he don't. I hope he don't get my dog to start barking.
Well, somebody gonna let the dog in. Yeah,
my dog's sitting right here. I hope you don't even look up and think about barking.
Yeah. Well, that's where I started. I'm a Springfield Rifle. That's where I started at. So. I started coaching football for the Springfield Rifles in 1990. Never stopped. And from there, I started the basketball program in 1991. So since 1991, I've been doing both football and basketball.
You coach football mostly in high school, or you do both?
Football and basketball.
You do both.
I'm the varsity head coach at Campus Manor and the varsity football coach.
Oh, excuse me, man.
Yes, so I do them both, bro.
I gotta fire my producer, man. I do double duties, man. Oh, that's great. That's great. I mean, how do you pull that off? It's two different sports. How you incorporate that?
I've been blessed. I've been doing both my whole life. So
yeah. Which one you like better?
They both my babies. I love them both.
They both your babies?
They both my babies. I love them both the same.
You can't. It's not one of them tipping the scale a little bit.
Nah, believe it or not, both of them
is different. The same energy.
Totally different. Yeah, they get the same energy from me, bro. They both
okay.
Both the same.
So, okay. I mean, let me just talk about the basketball part of it. You don't mind?
No problem.
Okay. It's because our platform really is youth. Like I told you on the phone, we following AAU and we try to do the youth down.
Youth coach. I'm a youth coach. That's how I got to where I am.
Yeah, we gonna dibble dabble in some high schools. A lot of politics up here, so we kind of like stay away from a little bit. Right. But are you with the reclassing type of thing that they got down here, how do you feel about that reclassing thing?
Well, everybody does it all over the country. I'm not for it, nor am I against it. It depends on how parents feel about it. Because myself, my son plays high school sports. So and he was little his whole life growing up, and he just had his growth spurt. But some people feel like they want their children to maturate more. Feel like they want their bodies to develop more. And for me, it would have been difficult for me to do it with my own child because we stress academics in my household.
Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of hard to tell a child to repeat a grade and we preach academics.
Yeah.
So I'm an educator and my wife's an educator, so that would have been really difficult.
I met some coaches that gave me several different angles on it, some different reasons of doing it. And I always come back to this. If you want the kid to play college basketball, he has to have a certain grade average and he has to have a certain score on SAT. And if you're going backwards, how's that? You have to physically dumb down. I can understand if you're that way, it's different. But to teach him to dumb down this early. And I think that's got to be, put to them early about not only your game is important, it's the academics is important too.
Well, I'm an academic, but I can understand what you're saying, dumbing down, but as long as I've been coaching sports, you want the kids to be successful in life. So it's kind of difficult to tell a kid to hold a kid back because you just want to be successful in sports, and then that's kind of tricky because what message are you trying to get forth to a kid where you want them to be successful in the classroom at the same time? Because sports is just supposed to be, to me, it's a vehicle. And I've had kids going to professional sports, college sports, and you know what? Just from getting the foundation of sports itself, be successful in life, where they be successful fathers, mothers, business people, what have you. So to tell them to hold themselves back because you want to put all your eggs in this basket just so they can achieve in sports, that's kind of a trick bag right there.
Yeah.
So that one's kind of hard. That one's kind of hard. And then you talk about AAU sports, it's even trickier for us up here in New York because say in AAU sports, if we're playing, whether it's football or basketball, when we go play out of state, if you have that late birthday, they allow you to play. But the only reason we allow the late birthdays to play is because in the other states they start school before ours do. So say myself, who has an October birthday, that if I was in another state, I wouldn't have started school the same year that I did here in New York City. I would have started school a year later. So people don't even understand that. Like, say youth league football, you follow youth league football. A lot of them, when they go out of state to play, like when they go to the Nationals and stuff, they follow the national rules. So if the kid is born after August 1st, they allow them to play a year down. In the AAU basketball, if you're born after September 1st, they allow you to play a year down because most states, they start school in August. So they consider you that, we call it a late birthday, but they're right on time.
Everybody that I talk to about this, this age situation, as far as, I look at it, a kid has a late birthday, an early birthday, but their development is different. It depends on their work towards their game. You know what I'm saying? I seen some 8-year-olds that's amazing, and this summer, and they work on their game. So I'm saying, like, sometimes we get things and we look for advantages, and it takes away from the development. We don't give enough time to the development. You know what I'm saying? Because the development takes time, and sometimes it's
everybody does not match rate at the same time.
Yeah, it doesn't. And it depending on each kid and each situation. So when I talk to parents, they see it in a different light. Like, this kid, because he's doing it this way, I need to do it this way. And like, no, depending on the development of your kid.
Right.
You have to be honest with that. Is he's putting the work in, that he's at the level of that he needs to be, or to advance, or whatever you're trying to do. So
athletics is supposed to be just a vehicle. Sometimes to motivate kids to do better in school, sometimes to get that foundation. But to make it the end all and be all, where you're saying, okay, I want to hold you back because I think we're going to get better in sports. Like I said, that's kind of a trick bag right there.
Yeah, I just got my last interview with these two coaches. It was a great game. They had a championship game this weekend, and they tells me that, if pretty much if you're not winning, it's hard.
I wouldn't recommend, put like this, I wouldn't recommend it to my own child. So I'll just leave it at that.
I'm like, what? No one promised a parent they're gonna win.
Right.
Who does that? Come play with me, we're gonna win.
You want to win in the classroom and just win in life, man.
Yeah.
I know people homeschool their children just so they can hold them back. I know people that's moved to other states just so they can move their children back. But
tell me about the tournament you run out of Roy Wilkins. You've been doing it how long?
Okay. Like I said, I've been coaching the Springfield Rifles football. I started coaching Springfield Rifles football since 1990 when I came home from college. And that same fall, 91, I have nephews that were real good that I was coaching. So I started Springfield Rifles basketball program. So we call it rifle ball. And in 1992, because we had so many kids that was playing football and playing basketball, being dual sport ball players. So at one time, we hung our hat on being the only program in New York City where kids play both sports. Because to play for the basketball program, you had to be a football player for the Rifles. So we started to go home and go home tournament because we had so many players, and I had so many teams from ages literally from 8 and under to 16 and 17 and under. And from there, it just grew because we also became an AAU program in basketball. So we were always traveling, and the teams that we played against, everybody wanted to come play in our league or play against us. So, and I've been doing it since 1992. So last year was our 30th anniversary. So 2022 has been the 30th year we've been running this. It's been great. I've had a lot of NBA play kids that have gone on to play NBA and playing college ball, play in the program and play in the tournament, and also has come back as coaches or has come back as parents to even watch their children play in the tournament or watch it or coach their teams in the tournament. And that's how I got to where I'm at now, because being blessed and being successful in football and basketball, God enabled me to go on and coach high school football and high school basketball. And so that's where I'm at now.
You play college sports?
Sure did not. Like I just said, I'm an academic. So I went to high school of art and design, man. So I went to the high school of art and design. So God had my designs for me to be the artist. And then from there, I went to a black college in Georgia, Fort Valley State University. So from there, my aspirations was to be a lawyer. So that's why I said I was an academic. So when you ask me about holding kids back just for sports, I mean, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that.
You know that does exist.
Yes, I know. But
I know you met some parents. I know you went some parents that you looking side-eyed to. You're like,
my brothers. I'm the baby. I'm the baby of my family. So my brothers were the sports stars.
Okay.
I was always little. See, so I understand when people feel like, oh, my child hasn't grown yet. And finally, when he grows, they want him to be able to maximize potential. But that was never stressed in my household. So stressed in my household. So people look at me now, like I'm not short, I'm big now. But they like, when I be telling my smallest ball players, like, yo, I'm your biggest cheerleader. They look at me like, why? So I was little like you. And they look at me like, you lying, coach. No way. I said, but I was. But I stressed books.
So you got an academic scholarship to go to school, or
I went to HBCU, then I went to St. John's University to get my master's. So I went to college. So I got my foundation going to college where I developed my sense of pride in our people. If you can see what I'm talking about. So
all right. So football, right?
Right.
Football. How did you get the high school football is, I'm not saying it used to be big. It used to be big. It seems if you're not E Hall, or if you're not, Cardinal Hayes, if you're not, you know what I'm saying? It seems like everybody else is, how difficult is to recruit to get kids to come to your school?
What's hurting football and basketball in New York City right now? When I first started coaching, we used to have newspapers and everybody always come by every year, do preseason reports on who you have, did postseason reports and everything. So the media always followed it. And so that bigged up the high school sports, and everybody's always excited about that. But now, no one comes around. So your kid is not going to be seen nor heard from unless you make a lot of noise And then if you talk about in terms of recruitment, and the reason E-Hall is so successful right now is because everybody wants to go play for a team that they think are winners. Whether it's, and guess what? You get the same thing in youth league sports.
I don't like that about
we know who the big programs are in New York City.
I don't like that. Like, you're gonna go to a roster and they got 5 running backs.
But it's all about the attention.
Come on, man.
It's all about the attention. It's all about that. It's all about the attention. Who's ever getting that attention? What we missed? Like I don't know how old you are, but I see some gray in your beard, right?
Yeah.
But when you and I were growing up, you even had Bill Travis. I don't know if you remember. Used to do high school sports, so everybody used to always buy the Daily News to read Bill Travis's report on whether it was high school basketball, high school football. And then, like I said, even when I started coaching, like I take Zach Brasilia. He's a big writer right now for the New York Post. I remember when he first started, he was doing high school sports. So he always used to come in every borough. They would do the preseason predictions and everything and always be big in the ball plays. We're missing that.
Yeah.
So since
you're missing that. Wow. I didn't know that. I mean, I'm scared to go up there. I stay down in youth, but I'm kind of like afraid to go up there.
No one's following.
I thought it was really, really busy up there.
No one's following high school sports.
Nobody. Not channel 12.
Channel 12 is in Brooklyn and the Bronx, bro. There's no Channel 12 in Queens.
Oh, wow.
You dig what I'm saying? So no one's following high school sports in New York City right now. So that's where it's lacking. You feel what I'm saying?
Wow. So, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was staying from up there.
No, there's Channel 12 in the Bronx, there's Channel 12 in Brooklyn, but there's no Channel 12 in Queens. So at one point, for example, they did an online poll with the Daily News, and I won Coach of the Year for the Daily News because they did a voting. But they don't do that stuff anymore. They don't highlight ball plays anymore. So if a ball play gets noticed, I guess it's over Twitter, Instagram, or whatever it might be. But we don't have that anymore, and that's what's hurting New York City sports. I feel, period, because no one's following it. So it's hard for our kids to get exposure, even though we have great ball plays in every sport. But if no one's highlighting it, no one doesn't even know it exists. So you said it was busy up here. No, it's not. It's not busy at all.
I didn't.
It's kind of non-existent right now.
Yeah, I didn't know that. To me, my platform, I stay down in the youth, and because I want to build this and bring in younger writers and younger announcers and younger people. Like, I even want somebody to be in this chair doing this and what I'm doing, because I think I'm on my best work is behind the scenes and putting it together. But you got to build it first. You have to build it.
There's nobody.
Excuse me.
So high school sports, New York City is an open market as far as the media.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it was really, 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 up there. I thought Max Sports was there. I thought Max Sports really had the, but that's over the country, right?
Right.
Max Sports all over the country. Right. And I thought 12 was handling it, but wow, I didn't know that. I don't know.
One time you had a dude named Mark Ramundi and like I said, Zach Brasilia. They even started they called it Five Borough Sports. They had it was an imprint, but it was online where they had Five Borough Sports and they were following the New York City high school sports, but you have no one following New York City high school sports.
Wow.
None at all.
I didn't know that. Wow. I mean, that's probably why, certain teams, certain schools don't get highlighted properly to get the right recruits coming from youth.
Exactly.
Because, it is, you hear about E-Hall, Canarsie, you hear about, you hear Christ the King, these other, schools.
That's all you hear.
And that's all you hear. And I'm like, it's not going to survive if everybody don't get the drink from the fountain, man. They got to get, players got to be able to go. When I was coming up, it was pride to go to a school, put on the colors and with the name, your jacket and things like that. And like, I'm the running back from blah, blah, blah. Now I'm going to go over there, because, this is my team over here.
Right.
But, it seems like this, this this culture. And you see it in the pros, man, when they're allowed to, in basketball, they're allowed to make these super teams and all this all this other stuff. And, I don't know. It's people look at it like, you got the youth looking at you. And the ultimate sports player is the competitive nature in them to compete at the highest level. At least I think it should be, is that, So tell us about your program this weekend. It's on Joe, put the flyer up. Tell us more about this because I'm gonna be out there. This is a weekend thing at IS8 in Jamaica.
Yeah, it's a one-day tournament, but I'm trying to continue a legacy. I'm just a small person compared to Coach Chuck Granby. At one time before Coach Neglerio from Cardozo took it over before Coach Granby passed away, he was the most winningest coach in New York State. So Andrew Jackson High School, which is currently Campus Manor High School, used to be the lighthouse of the community. Everybody wanted to go play for Andrew Jackson. And Andrew Jackson had a lot of legends that came from it. If you want to talk about Boo Harvey, even Bob Cousy went to Andrew Jackson. Robert Cornegie, that was a Brooklyn Assemblyman. Vernon Moore. You had a lot of great people. Lloyd Daniels. We can go down a list that came from Andrew Jackson High School. So every year, Coach Granby ran Thanksgiving tournament. So before he passed away, he got up to 39. It was the 39th annual Thanksgiving tournament. So since I've been at campus, man, I've run Christmas tournaments, but I've never run a Thanksgiving tournament. So this year I said, you know what? I want to continue the legacy. Coach Granby was a legendary coach for Andrew Jackson High School / Campus Manor High School. So I wanted to bring that back. So I added a local flavor to it. We have Springfield High School. They're going to be playing Far Rock High School. Grover Cleveland. I think you say you attended Grover Cleveland, right?
Yeah. I attended a long time ago.
Yeah, they're gonna be playing Pathways from Hollis.
Yeah.
Ourselves, we're going to be playing Jamaica High School. So I just wanted to continue the legacy of what Coach Granby started at Andrew Jackson, and he coached there about 39, 40 years at Andrew Jackson.
Yeah. So come out and support. We got it on New York for New York, and come out support. It's what day? Is on Sunday or Saturday?
Advertise with us, Youth Sports Desk
of basketball, IS8.
Yeah. In Jamaica, the Mecca of basketball.
The Mecca of basketball.
It is. That gym has holds so much games.
Anybody in New York City.
Yeah.
They want to say I played at IS8.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anybody that's a basketball player,
right,
or old head knows where IS8's at. The building changed.
Yeah. So
it's in Jamaica. It's off of Merrick Boulevard. And you get there by any means, bus, whatever. You get there and go into the gym. I'll be there. It's Sunday, right, Coach?
Saturday. What's
the time?
26. First game's at 11 o'clock. Pathways versus Grover Cleveland. 12:30, Springfield High School versus Far Rock High School. And at 2 o'clock, Campus Manor High School versus Jamaica High School.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there, and maybe I'll take a peek up at high school, man. I was kind of like, I was like, because youth ball, and what I'm trying to do, youth football is already, I already knee deep in that, but I wanted to get into basketball. And it's like we talked about it.
I want to ask you a question. Since you're in youth football, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what you feel. So we already know this top program in Staten Island is the Staten Island Hurricanes. Am I correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Who would you say is the top football program in Brooklyn?
Brooklyn Chiefs.
You gonna put the Brooklyn Chiefs over Mo Better and Skyhawk and the Brooklyn Skyhawks?
Listen, man. Mo Better need to come. You're gonna get me in trouble over here, man.
And you gonna put them over the Brooklyn Skyhawks?
Mo Better need to come to Big Tri-State, man. Come on.
So you gonna put them over?
They playing Pop Warner. They still playing weighted.
So you gonna put them over Brooklyn Skyhawks?
Listen, they waited.
Regular scale. Okay, so
they weighted all. You got to get on the scale, man. You got to get on the scale, man. Come on, that's done.
Who's the top football program in Queens then?
Oh my God! Is this new? I'm calling her the queen of the lower division. You know who I'm talking about? The Queen's Avengers.
She's a rifle. She's a rifle.
You know, Miss Kia.
My kid's a rifle. So yeah, I'm saying
the rifles. No, hold on. Listen. I coached at the Bulldogs.
Oh, you're Jamaica Bulldog.
I coached at the Bulldogs for 6 years. So, you know, I don't want to get no calls. The rifles are traditional organization. They always going to float to the top. They just gotta say, okay, let me leave this weighted situation alone because the weighted is kind of getting outdated. You got to get on the scale and all that.
Right. I'm with you.
Just show up and play. No skill. Get the skill out the way. Show up and play football. You know what I'm saying? And it's coming to this ending day. Some people ride it out.
How did the Jamaica Bulldogs start?
They wasn't weighted. Everybody started weighted.
But they're two founders, Lance and Mike. Lance and Mike. Where did they come from?
They came from the rifles. They came out the rifles thing. So I'm not. It's not. I would never disrespect the rifles.
Who's the top football program in the Bronx? Who's the top football program in the Bronx?
Man, I don't know, man. It's so much up there. The Wolfpacks got their stuff together.
It's a few of them up there. Yes,
you want to see them. You want to see them in a different light. I gotta see them. I gotta see them in a different, more stronger competition and see what they do.
Okay. So who's the top program in Manhattan?
Harlem Jets. Yeah. Harlem Jets, man, they kicking on all cylinders over there.
Are the Crusaders still around?
Bell got them going good, huh?
Are the Crusaders still around? Abyssinia?
I don't know. I haven't seen them.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened. I haven't seen them. It's a couple of them. It's a couple of them up there, but they go into these other leagues that they kind of small.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? You listen, man. If you're not looking at Big Tri-State for real, I mean honestly, what they're trying to do, Big Apple, right? If you're not looking at Big Tri-State, I don't know where else you're looking. Because they're going to be deep. They in New Jersey now. They got teams in New York, and when they open up Connecticut, hands down. If you want competitive, if you want a competitive league, you got to take a peek at that.
Get off the scale, right? I like that.
Yeah, you got to get off the scale
because I hate it. After a while, I got mad at that weighted football. Last time, Coach Rifles, we you got to come to the party and shout out to Garvin and them at New York and they know how we feel. It's all love, everything. New York League. Do you know Garvin used to be a rapper?
Huh?
You know Garvin used to be a rapper?
No, I never knew. No, I didn't.
Okay, you got the gray in your bed. You remember the rap crew Whistle? Made the song We Only Buggin'?
For real? That was him?
That's Garvin. That's dude.
Word, I gotta call him.
That's dude. You didn't know that? Yes, that's
I didn't know that.
Yes, Garvin's from the rap group We Only Buggin'. Whistle.
I didn't know that.
Yes, that's who dude is, man. That's Doobie.
Oh wow, man! Coach Bennett is giving me tribute here, man. I didn't know that.
Yes, bro.
I did not know that.
I way back like my hairline, bro. I can tell
you only bug it.
Yes,
that's him.
That's Garvin. Yes,
that's Garvin. Wow, that's something, man. But
look at this.
It's you think you ever come back to the youth level, coach?
I was. Last time I was there, believe it or not, was 4 years ago when my son played his last year at the Rifles. Now my son is a starting point guard for the basketball team. We were the Queens champs, and he's a starting quarterback. We played boys and girls high school this Sunday in a playoff game.
Okay.
So when he finally went to high school, and I've been the head coach for Campus Man since 2005. Mm-hmm. I used to coach at Christ the King since 2002, 2001. Mm-hmm. So now since he's up here, I had to see him through. But yes, I've been in the Rifles, like I said, since 1990, man. Coaching. I played for them since I was 11.
They got to make a decision this year, man. They got to get off the scale. Kind of Big Tri. Bring everybody to Big Tri-State. It'd be a better,
We were there for a second. Then we went back to our roots. We were there for a second. When I was coaching, we were there.
Yeah,
I had a 10 and under team.
But they was on the weighted needle, man. They got off that.
No, last time I coached Rifles, I had a 10 and under team, and my son played, and we were unlimited weight, bro.
With Big Apple?
Yeah,
he was an Empire.
Ex Courtney, man. Me and Courtney, I remember when Courtney was coaching for the Renegades when he first started the Renegades.
Unlimited,
man.
Unlimited.
When I had the 10 and under team, we were unlimited weight. We lost in the chip. Wow. I was coaching the 10 and under team. Ask Courtney, man. Ask Courtney how far we go back.
I didn't know Courtney did unlimited. I thought he was always on the weighted needle.
No, Courtney Big Apples and unlimited weights, man.
I know. You sure it wasn't Empire that year?
I'm positive.
It was Empire.
I'm positive.
You positive?
At the 10 and under team, we are unlimited weight, bro. The 10 team, man. I'm positive.
All right. All right. So, this week, man, come out and support Coach Bennett.
Barnett, not Bennett. Barnett.
Oh, Barnett. I'm sorry. You'll stand corrected. Coach Barnett.
Yes.
And this you can call this a preseason. We can call this a preseason.
Yeah, this
tournament.
Yes,
preseason. You can call it a preseason tournament. And it's for what's the coach name again, sir?
Coach Granby.
Coach Granby, well-known coach. Used to coach at the old Andrew Jackson. You mentioned you mentioned Cardozo a little bit. You said what was the other team?
The teams that's in it is us, your alma mater, Grover Cleveland, Spring High School, Pathways High School, and Far Rockaway High School. So we have they got 4 good games there. Yeah,
and come and support it. It's a little fee at the door. How much the fee, Coach?
$5. That's all.
$5. Anybody can afford that, man.
Right.
Come out and see some good high school ball. Come and support it. I'm coming out to look at it and maybe look at it. Maybe I need to come upstairs. Yeah. Maybe I need to come upstairs.
Yeah, you do.
And do a little this and that.
You do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Queens needs some exposure, man. Some exposure.
Yeah. So you got a playoff game on Sunday, right?
Sunday at Boys and Girls High School.
At Boys and Girls?
They're the number 1 seed. We're the number 8 seed. It's a quarterfinal game.
It's a quarterfinal?
It's a quarterfinal game, yes. We beat Griffins last
week. Which bracket you in?
We're in the B, and not because of talent, but what they did this year, they made the brackets according to the size of your school. Because for years, until last year, we were always in the top division in PSL, but now they make it according to the size of your school.
How did that work?
Yeah.
What do you mean the size?
They go, if you have more than 2,500 students, they put you in the A. If you have less than 2,500, they put you in the B. So I give you an example. Before in New York City, they used to say PSL, they ranked the 5s as the top division, the 3s is the second division, the 1s is the last division, right? The lowest. So now that they flipped it, you have a lot of schools that were 1s, but they have like 4,000 students in their school. So they made all of them play the A's. I'll give you an example, like Cardozo. Bayside was a 3. Cardozo was a 1. So they had a lot of the 1s and 3s. They moved them up to the A's. And they had great seasons. They went 7-0, 6-1. They had fantastic seasons. Now when it came time for the playoffs, they had to bang against the traditional powers. And they got to hand it to them. You think what I'm saying? They got to hand it to them. Whereas in the B division, it's about our school size also. Whereas what's different in basketball, it's not about your school size. It's about your skill level. Like in basketball, Campus Manor, we play in the AA division because we're running the top high schools, and not just in Queens, but in the city. So we go AA, A, and B. So it's about your skill level and not your school size. But in football, they're trying to do it like they do in other states, and they make it about your school size, how many students you have. So Campus Madden, we have, 2,000 or less students in it. So all the other schools we're playing, we might call them small schools, but it has nothing to do with our skill level, but it has, or our talent level, has to do about how many students we have in the school and the pool we are pulling from to get kids. Now, if you want to move up, you can move up. Like, say if you say, oh, I don't want to be a B, I want to be an A, you can move up. But if, say, you don't want to be an A, you want to drop down to be a B, and you got 5,000 or 4,500 or 4,000 students in your school, you can't move down.
You can't move down.
You can't move down. No.
Yeah. You can't stay low and,
No, because you think about it. You got a lot of schools have a whole bunch of students in it. So they got a larger pool to choose from.
Yeah.
And they've been swimming in the little pool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They've been swimming on the baby side.
They diving in and
right.
And doing butterflies and turning around. Get out of here, man.
Now this year they had to play in the big level.
Get out of here, man. Get out of this thing. Man.
Yo, believe it or not, until they just bumped us down, we were the only 5 in Queens.
Yeah.
Out of all the 5s in New York City, the 5 division, Campus Madden was the only 5 in Queens. Everybody wanted to play in the 3s and the 1s.
Yeah.
So now when they changed the division by according to your school size, I said, we're gonna rock out with this.
So it goes by alphabet. So it's 5 divisions. It goes by the alphabets, right?
No, now it's only in football. It's only 2 divisions in PSL. It's the A and the B.
It's the A and the B.
A and the B. But in basketball, there's 3 divisions. There's double A, there's the A and the B. In basketball, it's 3 divisions.
Yeah.
But the difference with basketball, they're going by skill. Football, they're going by school size.
Yeah.
So that's the difference right now in the PSL.
So how you gonna look this week, Coach? How your chances?
Well, the beauty of it, I've been coaching against Clive since 2005. I've been knowing the brother for a long time. And it's always a special thing when he and I get together, because when I first started, we can count on one hand how many black head coaches there were in the PSAL. So we got 50-something teams. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can count on one hand how many black head coaches we had.
Yeah.
Now we have a few more. So he and I are 2 of the OGs that have been around for a long time.
Okay.
And Clive, I don't know if you know about Clive Harden. He's a legendary coach. He played football for Lincoln High School. He's a legendary running back. And then became head coach at Boys and Girls High School. So when we get together, we're friends. We know each other well. We don't even have to exchange film, because that's how long we've been coaching against each other, man.
Where that game going to be, in Brooklyn?
In Brooklyn.
Off Atlantic Avenue right there?
Yes, sir.
Off Atlantic Avenue Sunday. Come shout out to Coach.
Yes, sir.
And, I don't got the damn name.
Barnett.
the old Andrew Jackson, a.k.a. Campus Magnet.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the name. And when did they change the name?
We were the first ones they made that school. If you remember when they started closing down schools, this was fun. Yeah. They closed down Jackson and renamed it.
Yeah.
I think they also closed down Manhattan Center. They renamed Manhattan Center too. Manhattan Center became Manhattan Center. I forget what their name was.
Yeah.
But then the other schools, once they closed them down, they let them keep their real name. Like E-Hall is separate schools. They let them keep their name.
Yeah.
JFK is separate schools. They let them keep their name.
Yeah.
South Shore is separate schools. They let them keep the name of their building.
Yeah.
But Manhattan Center and Campus Madden,
we used to call it the Jack. Andrew Jackson. That used to be.
But everybody still calls it Jack. Even the students.
Everybody used to go there, man.
If you ask the students there now, what school I go to Jack. So
Jack.
It would always be Jackson. It would always be Jackson.
All right. Let me let you go, man. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. I thank you for your time. And just like my doors and phone lines and my surge is always open for you, Coach. I'll be out there Saturday. I'm gonna be out there Saturday, watch all the games, and then
appreciate you having me on.
And I don't know about Sunday. I gotta see. Depending on the weather.
Oh, it's gonna be a rainy day. We're prepared for it.
Depending on the weather.
We're prepared for it, man. It's gonna be a wet day, bro. It's gonna be a wet day.
Yeah, depending on the weather, man. Weather get kind of rough here in December, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know,
We
be out there all day. So, and peek at you, and I'm definitely going to explore. I'm definitely going to explore maybe high school.
It's open, bro. It's an open market, man. It's an open market.
At least basketball, because that's what I'm really trying to get into, and there's not a lot of avenues down here in the youth level in basketball.
Right.
It's not a lot of avenues, So that's something maybe I can explore.
Football and basketball, and take my word for it. It's an open market, bro.
Yeah.
No one.
Because I don't have that big budget, man. You putting mics in people's face. Who are you? Let me go back down to youth, man.
Nah, you can start out in Queens, man. We'll give you a lot of love. We'll give you a lot of love.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I'm going to explore it. I'm going to explore it
because I'm also the Queensboro rep for football for the PSL. So
yeah,
I'll give you a lot of love, bro.
All right, man. I appreciate you blessing us with your time and on this platform. We're very young, and anytime, man. My phone. My phone number. Anytime you need anything, just let us know. What I'm saying? We'll try to be there. Okay. Thank you, Coach Barnett.
Yes.
Yeah, Barnett. Thank you. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you, man.
All right, bro. Peace and love.
Joe, take it to commercial, and we come back and close the show.
All right. Take it easy, Milt.
All right.
At our car wash, we offer a full line of hand wash and detail services, along with a huge selection of air fresheners in our store. When greeted by our helpful staff, feel free to ask them any questions and inquire about our different wash packages. Our hand wash experience is unmatched. First with our prep process, and then by hand washing the car twice while in the tunnel. For additional shine and brilliance, you have such add-ons as Simonized Hot Wax and Rain-X Water Repellent. Whether you're a longtime hand wash customer or new to hand washing, we offer the best customer experience and top-notch service for you and your vehicle. Ask about our monthly unlimited plans, saving you both time and money. We can't wait to see you next time.
We're back, NYC Youth Sports Podcast. I want to thank my guests tonight, Coach Will and Coach Angel. I want to thank them. I want to thank Coach Eric Barnett and blessing us with his interview and his knowledge, and also schooling us on some tribute that I didn't know. Go to his Facebook page, Go Hard or Go Home, and subscribe to that page, man. He got a lot of interesting stories on it and talk about really interesting players and things and what he's doing. And also support his event in IS8 in Jamaica, Queens. He has a tournament on Saturday, and they start like at 12 o'clock or whatever. You got the flyer up, Joe? Yeah, the flyer is on there, and then go to his page and look at the flyer. It's Go Hard or Go Home on Facebook and support him. Unfortunately, I couldn't make the big tri-state championship game, due to some things, the weather, and I couldn't get my equipment out there. But I'm sorry, I missed a marvelous event. But I want to give shout outs to the other teams, that played it. And first of all, I want to give a shout out to the queen of the lower divisions, Kia. She got 3 chips at 7U, 8U, and 9U, and it was a good game at 9U. And they pulled it out in overtime, 12-6. And I want to congratulate her from from a good weekend. 12U Staten Island Hurricanes, the 39-7 win over who they played, Dark Knights, and and that was an impressive win. 13U GA, an impressive win, 20-0 over Staten Island Hurricanes. Man, congratulations for that chip. Dark Knight at 11U. Wow, man, this was a little shocker to me. Hempstead 11U was tearing it up during the season, and they just fell short in the championship game. They lost to Dark Knight 19-0, and it's just a tough loss. But shout out to them and the Dark Knight organization. They got 2 chips that day, and coming up at the rear, the last game is the best game of the year. The best game of the year was the Dark Knight 10U over the Brooklyn Saints 10U in overtime, 6-0. And you just heard from two of those coaches early in the show, and it was what it is. But we're gonna get out of here. And Uncle Milk will probably be at IS8 this week looking at that preseason high school basketball game, and talking about that, maybe interview some people there too. And that's it. So I want to thank you guys from coming out, watching me tonight. I want to wish you guys Turkey Day, Thanksgiving. It ain't gonna be for me. I gotta eat carrots and celeries. You know what I'm saying? My diet didn't, my diet, my weigh in this week didn't go good. So hey, it's what it is, man. And it's the struggles of trying to lose weight, but I'm still committed. I'm still in it. I just can't have no turkey and stuffing and all the other stuff that I was gonna pick out tomorrow, but I can't do it. But it's okay. I'm gonna eat my carrot, my celery, and my slim fat. And what do you call it? I gotta drink my energy drink, and that's it. It is what it is. But I want to say y'all good night. God bless, and we'll be back next week. Podcast show will be back next week, and we're going to talk about the Nationals, the UIFL Nationals, and teams that's going, and we're going to talk more about how we're going to do something with it, and keep you guys updated on the games and what's going on in the games and everything. So with that said, good night. God bless.